Welcome back, everybody. I just seen something I wanted to share with you guys. Uh, this was on Newsmax. Alan Dershowitz is there, just spitting out caca, total caca, on how the verdict is going to be overturned. I'm telling you, you just watch it yourself and tell me what you think. Has Alan Dershowitz lost his mind, or is there something else going on? Seriously, I think the man needs help. His family really needs to get in contact with his doctor or something to check him into a hospital, because I think he's living in a different world. Here, watch the video yourself and put your comments in the comment section below. Thank you very much. As always, like and subscribe. Thank you.
We are now joined by Legal Reaction of the verdict, constitutional law expert and author of the new book, The Case Against the New Censorship, Alan Dershowitz. Professor Dershowitz, thanks so much for being here. What is your initial reaction to this verdict?
Well, first, what was done to George Floyd by Officer Chauvin was inexcusable morally. But the verdict is very questionable because of the outside influences of people like Al Sharpton and people like Maxine Waters. Their threats and intimidation and hanging the Sword of Damocles over the jury and basically saying if you don't convict on the murder charge on all the charges, the cities will burn, the country will be destroyed, seeped into the jury room because the judge made a terrible mistake by not sequestering the jury. So the judge himself said this case may be reversed on appeal. And I think it might be reversed on appeal. I think it should be reversed on appeal. I think the American Civil Liberties Union, which would be all over this case if it weren't a racially charged case, all Americans who care about due process and liberty should be concerned that the jury verdict may have been influenced by, if not the thumb, maybe even the elbow of the outside pressures, the fears, the threats. Every juror in that room knew about these threats. And when they sit and deliberate, they have to be saying to themselves, consciously or unconsciously, if I were to render a verdict other than a murder verdict, what the consequences will be for me, my family, my friends, my business, that should never, ever be allowed to seep into a jury room. So I have no real confidence that this verdict, which may be correct in some ways, but I have no confidence that this verdict was produced by due process and the rule of law rather than the influence of the crowd.
Okay, so what does an appeal process look like? Is that something that we'll see played out in the next few days, or is it going to take weeks or months?
Oh, more than weeks and months. An appeal will be filed immediately because he's in jail now, pending appeal. There are two levels of appeal in Minnesota, and then ultimately the case will go to the United States Supreme Court. And I think the United States Supreme Court holds the best possibility for the defense of getting this conviction reversed, on the ground that the judge himself suggested the statements made by people outside the courtroom, essentially intimidating jurors and telling them that if they don't come to the, quote, right verdict, there will be violence and consequences, and their own lives may be affected. Jurors should never, ever have that fear or influence in their verdicts.
I got to ask you this. We had this morning President Biden say that he hoped that they reached the right verdict. He said because the jury was sequestered, that's why.
Now, this man is just talking bullshit. Sorry, pardon my language, pardon my language. Sorry, the man is just, he's talking nonsense. He's talking nonsense. The defense can try. I think at the end of the day, the Supreme Court is going to shut it down. The man was found guilty and he's going to serve his time. Whatever time the judge deems it, he will get his sentence, and Derek Chauvin will serve his time. There will be justice for George Floyd. Whatever he says, whatever Alan Dershowitz says, I don't believe him. I don't think it's gonna be, it's not gonna work that way. He's not God. It's not gonna work that way. Well, everybody, thank you for watching.